Hi guys, Twitch here from Create Designs, and today I'm working on these two cabinets that are back here. So I'll turn you around, have a better look at them and get started. Alright, so these cupboards are made to sit side by side. So you'll see that it's missing this detail across the top and bottom, but they've got them on the sides so they will butt right up against each other. These have shelves in them. I have already sanded the shelves. I've kind of done all of the boring stuff first, so the only thing that's left to do before I can start painting is take the doors off, remove all the hardware, which isn't much, and give the whole lot a clean. So I've given both pieces a good clean, and now I'm ready to paint using Purico Silk in the colour Meadow. Giving it a really good stir with a tongue depressor or a paddle pop stick or whatever you want to use. And I'm using my sleek 63mm brush to do the bulk of the piece, as there's a lot of flat surfaces on it. So now that that first coat is completely dry, that has dried overnight, I'm going in with the second coat. So as I'll be making this piece into a hall stand or like a mud station, mud room type thing, I'm putting beams across the top of the backboard on the inside to install some hooks to hang bags or coats or hats from. I wanted to stain these pieces, but I didn't want it to be too dark or too grey, so I'm doing a mix of Purico stain and glaze leather and what's the other one? Leather and driftwood. Sorry. So I ended up adding a bit more leather, no, driftwood. Ended up adding a bit more driftwood to the mix to lighten it a bit more. So it's kind of got the greyness of the driftwood, but a little hint of brown in it from the leather. Alright, so I'm about to spray all of this hardware. All of those screws. And I'm using Krylon shortcuts in the colour Gold Leaf. So I'm just going to give this a shake. Right, so I've flipped these over and given them another coat. And always remember, when you're done with this, with any spray can, flip it upside down and spray it till no more paint's coming out. So you want just the clear gas, I guess, coming out, or compressed air, not sure what's in it. And you can get these spray cans and larger ones from Capriole Shabby Chic, as well as the Snap and Spray. Really good stuff. Like, I'm honestly wanting to use it on everything. Alright, so installing these was a little awkward, and I had to get my husband to help me by holding it on this side. But to keep it in place, after I lined it up, I put double-sided tape on the back of it to help keep it straight. And I basically got him to hold it from this side while I came around here and put the screws in the back. Before I put it into place and put the screws in, I pre-drilled the holes from this side. So I did my measurements, worked out where I wanted the screws to go in, and then drilled through from this side to work out where the placement was. And then obviously put that on and screwed it in from the back. That simple. So I was just going to paint the doors, but I decided that I needed a bit more timber on show on these pieces. So here I'm using sandpaper from Sleek Brushes Australia. I'm using, I think, 120 grit. You know that trick that you use in the kitchen where you need to use a chopping board and it just keeps sliding around? So you put down a tea towel or a dishcloth or something like that. So I'm not worried about whether I get it up on the sanded parts, because once I've got all my coats on, I'll actually try and show you what I'm doing. Once I've got all my coats on, I'll then go over the sanded parts with a bit of sandpaper again, just to knock that paint off where I don't want it. Reason for doing it this way is to save time. I could have done more sanding and I could have taped off the edges and all of that, but it would have taken more time to tape the edges than it would just to run a bit of sandpaper over it. So here she is, guys, all finished. Please let me know what you think in the comments. I added a bit of distressing. Do you like it? Do you not like it? I personally, I'm happy with how they've turned out. They've turned out exactly how I wanted. There's a good chance I'll come back and change some things later, but for now I'm happy with them. All of the products used on this piece can be found in the description, and I'll also post a link in the comments. Please remember to like and subscribe and share. If you want to see more pieces like this, let me know. If not, also let me know. And I'll see you on the next one.